Okay, so today's video is going to be all about me recommending books specifically to my subscribers based off of what was submitted. So I posted on my Instagram story asking for some prompts to recommend some books. And because I had so many prompts, there's no way I can get through them all, but I'm going to try to get through as many as I can. So we're gonna do this video a little bit different. On to the recommendations. So the first one is gives you Frederick Bachman vibes. For this, I think of a beautiful writing style while tackling more complex and difficult subjects. And for that, I recommend My Dark Vanessa, The Vanishing Half, and The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and His Horse. For fantasy without a ton of gory or disturbing violence, I think Brandon Sanderson is really good for that, though he does have a little bit here and there. And then here's several other books that I think do this well. I'm gonna be honest, gore isn't something that actually bothers me, so I can't guarantee that there's none in any of these books, but these are ones that I'm pretty sure don't have a lot. A book with a great brotherhood or band. So obviously I'm gonna recommend The Lies of Locke Lamora here. It's my favorite friendship and favorite crew ever that I've read, but I also have a stack of other books that I have loved the band or the friendship depicted in, as well as here are two books that have been recommended to me specifically for the friend groups for the band of the Brotherhood, both of which are really high on my TBR, but I haven't actually read yet. A book with a heart-wrenching ending. Two of my favorites are And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer, as well as The Outsiders. And Every Morning features a grandfather, his son, and his grandson as the grandfather is slowly losing his mind within himself because he has dementia. And this book just really made me feel seen, made my family feel seen, made me feel that my family was seen. It was just meant a lot to me. And The Outsiders, you probably already know the basic idea of because it's a classic and it's a classic for a reason. But even if you feel like you know what this book is about, even if you've seen the movie, just please read the book because, oh my goodness, this book just meant so much to me. A book that you would give to someone to torture them. This was an easy choice. Okay, so yeah, I did an entire video ranting about all the reasons this book is so bad. And if you want to see me die a very slow death, I'll link the video if you haven't seen it yet. This person is looking for an Asian-inspired book, specifically not looking for the Poppy War, and even though Girls of Paper and Fire wasn't for me, I know that this entire world building is based on Asian mythology. This person wants a recommendation like Avatar. Like Avatar, nothing can compare. Will just make me feel good and smile. So here are some classic books that make me smile. Here are some modern books that make me smile. And for you specifically, Dan, because I know the person that asked this question, I'm going to recommend the book that I recommended to you a couple of months ago. I still think you're gonna love it. Recommend a book that is similar to The Picture of Dorian Gray. I personally think that The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is similar to Dorian Gray and recommend both, though I do like Dorian Gray a bit more. Matches Joe Abercrombie's delicious prose and Brandon Sanderson's creative worlds. For you, I recommend the Broken Earth trilogy. While I didn't love books 2 and 3 as much as book 1, I love N.K. Jemison's writing. It packs a serious punch, and her world is very detailed, very well realized. And in general, I'm just really blown away, especially by that first book. Depicts an unusual horror or thriller story. For you, I'm gonna recommend Into the Drowning Deep. This is a book that kind of has mixed reviews, but I really loved it despite its very slow beginning and not perfectly executed ending. This is a killer mermaid sci-fi horror, and it's just great despite the flaws. Recommend me a book that I would like if I love Rebecca and the Yellow Wallpaper. So this is difficult because you're asking about two of my favorite books, but I think Edgar Allan Poe definitely captures that level of creepiness in his poems and his short stories. And I'm also gonna go ahead and step out on a limb here and recommend a book that I'm only 8 pages into, but already really am in love with, and that's Mexican Gothic. It gives those Gothic creepy vibes, and it's modern, so it's kind of a change of pace. This person wants me to recommend something that I absolutely hated, and that's easy. Okay, so yeah, I gave both of these books 1 star. And I may have been a little bit harsh on my Goodreads reviews. A lot of bit harsh. I may have ranted. Oh, there's also a rant review for The Duke and I as well. I'll link it if you need it. I got several questions asking for a good start into adult fantasy. I think Foundry Side and City of Brass are both perfect for that. They have writing styles similar to the distinct writing style that is YA, as well as the distinct feel that young adult books bring, but they also have very full worlds and intricate plots that adult fantasy tends to bring. A book that follows the protagonist's corruption arc, and personally, I think that Count of Monte Cristo is the most satisfying corruption arc ending. It's the most satisfying and thrilling corruption arc I've ever read, as well as far as corruption arcs go, this is the most satisfying ending I've read for that type of book. This person wants a soft magic system. So 2 of my favorite soft magic systems, both in concept and in execution, are in Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norwell, as well as Earthsea. This person wants a Brandon Sanderson read-alike, and I think that the obvious answer is Wheel of Time, because Sanderson modeled his writing style after Wheel of Time, or after Robert Jordan, and he finished the series. Makes my skin crawl. I don't know why that's what I'm looking for. I got you. I think that The Troop is the perfect book for this. The Troop follows a group of Boy Scouts that are on a deserted island, and it turns out that what is also on this deserted island is worms. Worms that get into your body through open wounds, any open wounds, even a cut, and then they just eat your insides and continue laying eggs and reproducing until they eat you up to the point that you are starving and will do anything to eat, including kill the other people around you. And this all happens very, very quickly from the point of infection until they just take over your body. And it's a horror, and it is the grossest thing. And I think it's what you need. I loved it. This person wants a book with complex and morally ambiguous characters, kind of like Game of Thrones. And I think the obvious answer for this as well is going to be The First Law. Not only is this grimdark fantasy done the best I've ever read it, coming from someone who isn't a huge fan of grimdark, but also Abercrombie's prose are untouchable. So you have phenomenal writing, unbelievable morally gray characters, like some of the most compelling characters and realistic characters I've read, but also has that very dark, gray, gritty world. You've probably already read it, but it can't be matched within the genre. This person wants African fantasy. Rage of Dragons is the entire world and lore and magic system is all based on African lore and mythology and traditions. And it's such a good book. This person wants a book that touched my heart immensely, and this may be an obvious answer, but and every morning the way home gets longer and longer. The boy, the fox, the mole, the horse, I still can't ever remember the correct order for that title, and of course, Peter Pan means so much to me. And the last one that I'm hitting in this video is a request for something that involves a heist or found family. And for you, I'm just gonna redirect your attention back to The Lies of Locke Lamora. The Lies of Locke Lamora is not only exactly what you're looking for, what you described here, but it is filled with humor and master plans and stupid characters that are so smart, which I know is a contradiction, but if you know them, you know. And it's my favorite series of all time. I really enjoyed doing this video, so if you guys enjoyed it too, we might do a round 2 sometime. But for now, back to the pre-recorded stuff. Okay, those are all the recommendations that I was able to get through this time. I'm probably gonna hate myself in editing, but I hope that you end up enjoying the video overall. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Be sure to chat with me more about it all in the comments. What are some books you want to discuss more, some recommendations you have for some of these questions, and some books that you think you're gonna pick up now? I post videos every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.